Hello everyone, I am back for a second video. This is my history. Let's start. We first are all across North America, Europe, Oceania. Subscribe if you subscribe. Push the bell, the notifications, and the massive like. Let's start. Okay, so the origins of the original 5. They are here's the thing. So I'll start with this. So there were 5 teams back in the olden days, way back before the NHL even started. There was these teams: the Montreal Wonders, the Ottawa Senators, the Toronto Argonauts, Seattle Metropolitans, plus Vancouver Millionaires. This is what I'm wearing right now. This from the early 1900s, because the Millionaires started in 1909. Or not? That's Montreal. The Millionaires started in 1911. Back then, our team was like dominant in every team in that PCHA league in those early days. With our first cup back in 1915, we beat the Ottawa Senators by Game 4. Because back then there wasn't their best of 7. So only 4 games. Game 4, if you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. So back then, Toronto Argonauts started way back before they even were the original 6. Montreal was old since 1909 with the NHA, plus with the between the Canadiens and the Wonders are both different teams, but they're both in Montreal. Who else is there? Also the Seattle Metropolitans are also a old team. Very old. Even Ottawa Senators was the first team in the late 1800s, 1893 or 1891. One of those years before it was in the 1900s. That's a rich history on the original 5 teams before NHL started, before the original 6 started in the 20s and the early 30s with the Detroit Red Wings. So that's my rich history video on the original 5 of the teams that played in the early days / the olden days, the good old days. Well, I was even born then. You weren't, but the other generations were. So yeah, and also one more thing before I go, the actual pucks were actually horse shit back in those days, because in those days, they were completely different than now. Back then, horseshit of a round puck, they made the actual sticks, the actual net, but back then, people were not even wearing helmets at all. Old school gear, no masks, like no hockey masks, like helmets, because they get hit easily by pucks. So yeah, that's the rich history on this video. I'll be back tomorrow with another podcast. And again, I just said the Detroit Red Wings original 6. That'll be for tomorrow's podcast. But for now, my final thoughts are across North America, Europe, Oceania. Subscribe if you subscribe. Push the bell, notifications, and the massive like. And also live long and prosper. I will see you guys tomorrow, and peace out.